Hey everyone, so you're trying to decide between the Amex Gold and Platinum cards, and honestly, I get why you're confused. These two cards seem similar, but they're actually designed for completely different types of people. Today I'm going to break down everything you need to know about both cards in 2025. We'll compare the annual fees, the reward structures, all the credits and perks, the welcome bonuses, and most importantly, I'll tell you exactly who should get which card. I'll also run the real numbers to show you which one actually gives you better value based on different spending patterns. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which card is right for your lifestyle and budget. No fluff, no sponsored nonsense, just the honest truth about these two popular cards. Let's start with the basics. What are these cards? Alright, before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let me explain what these cards actually are, because a lot of people think they're just different versions of the same thing. They're not. The Amex Gold card is what I call the foodie card. It's designed for people who spend a lot on dining and groceries. The annual fee is $325, and it's all about maximizing your everyday spending on food. After you spend $6,000 in purchases on your new card within the first 6 months of card membership. Welcome offers vary, and you may not be eligible for an offer. Earn 4x points at restaurants worldwide. Earn 4x membership rewards. Registered trademark points when you dine at restaurants worldwide. On up to $50,000 in purchases per calendar year, $120 Uber cash. Enjoy up to $120 in Uber cash annually with your gold card. Just add your card to your Uber account and you'll get $10 in Uber cash each month to use on orders and rides in the US when you select an Amex card for your transaction. $84 Dunkin' credit, earn up to $7 in monthly statement credits after you pay with the American Express registered trademark gold card at US Dunkin' locations. Enrollment required. Okay, let's talk about what you're paying, because this is probably the first thing you noticed. Gold card, $325 per year. Platinum card, $695 per year. That's a $370 difference, which is significant. I mean, that's almost enough for a domestic flight or a nice weekend getaway. So the Platinum better offer a lot more value to justify that extra cost, right? Well, it depends on how you define value. Here's the thing, and this is crucial, you can't just look at the annual fee in isolation. You need to look at what you get back in credits and how you actually use the card. A lot of people get sticker shock from the Platinum's fee, but if you can use all the credits, the math actually works out pretty well. Reward structure, where you actually earn points. This is where things get interesting, and honestly, where most people make their decision. Amex Gold Card rewards. 4x points on dining at restaurants worldwide, 4x points on US supermarkets, up to $25,000 per year, then 1x. 3x points on flights booked directly with airlines or through Amex. Travel 5x points on flights booked directly with airlines or through Amex Travel. 3x points on prepaid hotels booked through Amex Travel. 1x points on everything else. See the difference? Gold gives you amazing rewards on everyday spending. Food, basically. Platinum gives you great rewards on travel, but terrible rewards on everything else. Let me put this in perspective with some real numbers. If you spend $500 a month on dining out and $400 on groceries, that's $10,800 per year, earning 4x points with the gold card. That's 43,200 points annually just from food. With the Platinum, unless you're spending thousands on flights and hotels every year, you're mainly earning 1x points on most purchases. That's a huge difference in earning potential for most people. Welcome bonuses, what you get up front. Both cards usually offer solid welcome bonuses, but they're structured differently. Gold card, typically 60,000 points after spending $4,000 in the first 6 months. Platinum card, usually 80,000 points after spending $6,000 in the first 6 months. The Platinum's bonus is higher, but you also have to spend more to get it. For most people, spending $4,000 in 6 months is pretty doable. Spending $6,000 might require some planning or larger purchases. Both bonuses are valuable. We're talking about $1,200 to $1,600 in travel value when you transfer points to airline partners. Either way, the welcome bonus will more than cover your first year's annual fee on both cards. The credits? This is where it gets complicated. Okay, this is where your head might start spinning, because both cards offer multiple credits, and honestly, Amex makes this way more complicated than it needs to be. Amex Gold credits $120. Uber, cash annually, $10 per month, $120. Grubhub credit annually, $10 per month, $84. Annual digital entertainment credit, total credits, $324 per year. Amex Platinum credits, $200 airline fee credit for incidentals, not tickets. $200 Uber cash annually, $189. Clear credit is only useful if you fly frequently from airports that have Clear. The Saks credit forces you to shop at an expensive store you might not normally use. With the Gold card, the credits are simpler and more universally useful. Almost everyone can use Uber credit and entertainment subscriptions. The Grubhub credit is hit or miss depending on where you live. Airport lounges, the big Platinum advantage. This is probably the Platinum card's biggest selling point, and honestly, it's a good one. The Platinum gives you access to Centurion lounges, Amex's own premium lounges, Priority Pass Select, over 1,300 lounges worldwide, Delta Sky Clubs when flying Delta, Lufthansa lounges when flying Lufthansa. The Gold card gives you nothing. No lounge access at all. If you fly frequently, I'm talking at least once a month, lounge access is genuinely valuable. You get free food, drinks, comfortable seating, and Wi-Fi. It makes travel way more pleasant. But here's the thing, if you only fly a few times a year, paying $695 annually for occasional lounge access doesn't make financial sense. You'd be better off just buying day passes when you need them. Travel benefits beyond the lounges. The Platinum card is loaded with travel perks, global entry or TSA pre-check credit, $100 value, hotel elite status with Marriott and Hilton, car rental elite status with Avis, budget, Hertz, and national travel insurance and protection. No foreign transaction fees. The Gold card gives you travel insurance and protection. No foreign transaction fees. That's pretty much it. If you're a frequent traveler, those elite statuses can be incredibly valuable. Free room upgrades, late checkout, bonus points. It all adds up, but if you only travel occasionally, these perks are basically worthless to you. Customer service. They're both great. Both cards come with Amex's excellent customer service. You get 24/7 phone support, and in my experience, they're always helpful and professional. This isn't a differentiating factor between the two cards. Who should get the Gold card? The Gold card makes sense if you spend a lot on dining and groceries but don't travel frequently. If you're dropping $600 plus per month on food, this card will pay for itself easily. You live in a city where you can use the Uber and Grubhub credits regularly. If you're in a rural area where these services aren't available, you're missing out on value. You want good rewards without paying a huge annual fee. At $250, it's much more accessible than the Platinum. You're new to the points and miles game and want to start with something manageable. Who should get the Platinum card? The Platinum card makes sense if you fly at least once a month, preferably more. The lounge access alone can justify the annual fee if you use it regularly. You can actually use most of the credits. This is key. Don't get this card hoping you'll start shopping at Saks or using Clear if you never have before. You value travel perks like elite status and travel insurance. These benefits are genuinely valuable for frequent travelers. You don't mind paying a high annual fee for premium perks. Some people just like having the premium card, and that's okay too. Let's run some real numbers. Let me show you how these cards compare for different types of people. Scenario 1, the foodie spends $500/month dining, $400/month groceries, flies 3 times per year, lives in a major city. With Gold, earns 43,200 points annually from bonus categories. Uses most credits net value. Easily over $500 after annual fee. With Platinum, earns maybe 15,000 points from travel, 10,800 from other spending net value. Probably breaks even or loses money after annual fee. Scenario 2, the frequent traveler spends $300/month on general purchases, flies twice a month, books hotels regularly with Gold, earns 14,400 points annually, limited travel benefits. However, if you're someone who spends heavily on both food and travel, having both cards could make sense. Use the Gold for dining and groceries, use the Platinum for flights and hotels. But this is really only worth it if you're spending serious money in all categories. Common mistakes people make. Let me share some mistakes I see people make when choosing between these cards. Getting the Platinum because it sounds more prestigious, even though they rarely travel. The annual fee will eat you alive. Getting the Gold, but not spending enough on dining and groceries to justify it. If you're only spending $200 a month on food, this card doesn't make sense. Choosing based on the welcome bonus alone. The bonus is nice, but you'll have the card for years. Focus on the ongoing benefits. Not being honest about whether they'll actually use the credits. Those Platinum credits look great on paper, but if you won't use them, they're worthless. 6.